After the latest crypto market dump, whales are buying these three altcoins. Plus, what can we expect this week from the crypto summit? And why is Bitcoin dumping in the first place? This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, AltcoinBuzz.io, and as always, not financial advice, and we wish you the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Alright you guys, so this is not the best look we could have possibly had for Bitcoin. We had this huge pump on Sunday, which was kind of a telling sign in itself. We had this huge Sunday pump taking us from $84,000 all the way up to $95,000, which ended up being an underside retest. What we wanted to see was we wanted to at least see this level here reclaim at $92,000. So ideally we would have wanted at the very minimum something to hold here, but we ideally wanted the point of breakdown, which was this point here around $96,000 to $97,000. We wanted it to break through this level and then reclaim this level, and then we'd be making higher lows, and we'd actually be heading towards new all-time highs. Unfortunately, it couldn't even hold for a single day. On Monday, New York opened, the whole market just nuked, and we came back below the point of expansion, which was this expansion candle at $86,000. So we broke below that, which is super bearish. This was ultimately a very high time frame underside retest, which is not a great look for Bitcoin. Now, where do we go from here? Well, there's a couple different possibilities. We could consolidate and this make a new kind of range here where we have a range between $83,000 and around, $94,000. We could consolidate here and then just have some kind of like a ping-ponging back and forth until we can break back above and then continue higher. That is one possibility. Another possibility is that the markets continue nuking like they have been every day. The traditional markets aren't looking that great either. The other possibility is we break down here again. Unfortunately, we filled this wick down here at $78,000, and we come down and we probably test the $72,000 to $74,000 range, and then we use this as high time frame support, and then we continue higher from there. That's another possibility. That's the one I'm kind of more leaning towards now, unfortunately, as a possibility going forward this week. But we'll have to see. There is big crypto news coming out later this week with the crypto summit. So unless they can come out with some amazing news to kind of restore confidence in the whole markets, traditional markets are also just bringing this whole thing down, and tariffs are as well, which we're going to get to in a minute. But basically, every time there is any kind of pump, it just gets sold into because of the whole tariff news and the whole macroeconomic news going on in the world. It's just bringing every market down with it. So unfortunately, Bitcoin is also tied up in that. And so I think the most likely scenario is that we come down here towards $73,000 for a couple of weeks, and then we continue higher, and then have just, this kind of just looks like a high time frame level reclaim. So we break out, reclaim this level, and then go higher later in a couple months from now. That's kind of what I'm expecting right now. I would love it if we just didn't go that low and we just, kind of held around these levels, and then this was just a wick. But a lot of times these wicks do get filled. So unfortunately, it's very possible we do come down here. And if we're going to come down here and fill this wick, why not just fill the rest of this gap here down towards $73,000. So that's my current thinking. We'll have to see what happens with the rest of the week, what goes on. If we do consolidate here for a little while, maybe it's more of a reason we don't have to go down here and we can just continue upwards. But that's what it's looking like right now. But for a little bit more positive news, we have Tommy Lee of Fundstrat, who is standing behind his $150,000 Bitcoin plus prediction for still this year. He says this.
But as you know, Bitcoin makes all of its gains in 10 days. So if people sort of try to time this, they're going to miss out on a chance for Bitcoin to go back to its highs.
And by the end, at some point in this year, you think it gets, because last year you thought it might get to 150 or even higher, right?
Yeah. I think it's going to do better than 150 this year.
You do?
Yeah, because it's becoming more widely held.
Yeah.
If Citadel starts trading it, it starts to have more broad acceptance.
Okay.
So Tommy is still thinking that 100K is on the table. And we also have Michael Saylor, who is kind of changing his tone, it seems, towards, other crypto assets. So traditionally, he's only been Bitcoin. He's been a Bitcoin maxi, obviously because it helps his bag. But it seems like he's trying to change his tune now that he's been talking to maybe Trump and some other people. But he seems to be a little bit more accepting of other altcoins other than just Bitcoin. So he says this about the strategic crypto reserve as well.
Were you surprised that in the announcement over the weekend, the president mentioned other smaller coins like XRP, Solana, and Cardano, as well as Bitcoin for the strategic crypto fund?
I'm not surprised. I mean, I think there there's no way to interpret this other than this is bullish for Bitcoin and is bullish for the entire U.S. crypto industry. You know, there are conservatives that view the right path forward is just a Bitcoin-only policy because Bitcoin is a commodity, an asset without an issuer, a neutral asset, and there's no controversy. But the president's adopted a more liberal economic policy, and that's his right. He's president of the United States.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you would have preferred it, though, if it was a Bitcoin-only fund.
You know, I believe that the best thing for the country is to move forward with an enlightened, progressive policy toward digital assets. I think it's worth $100 trillion to the United States, and ultimately there's 4 different assets that people need to come to grips with. A digital commodity like Bitcoin, an asset without an issuer, backed by digital power. A digital currency like a stable coin backed by a fiat currency equivalent. A digital security, an asset with an issuer backed by a stock or a bond so we can tokenize Wall Street. And then a digital token, which is an asset with an issuer that's backed by digital utility. I think everybody's trying to come to grips with that taxonomy, and as the market gets more educated, we're going to see more progressive, constructive policy engagement.
But why are we dumping in the first place? So the Kobayashi letter wrote a good thread here. They said, what is happening with crypto? The crypto markets are now worth $100 billion less than they were prior to the U.S. crypto reserve announcement. So over the last 24 hours, crypto has erased $500 billion in market cap in a massive reversal. Here's what you need to know. So the markets have reversed from worse than they were before this huge pump. Here's the timeline of events in the last 36 hours. On Sunday, Trump announced the U.S. crypto reserve. By 8:30 p.m., the crypto markets had gone from $2.7 trillion to $3.1 trillion in value, recouping most of their losses. Now, 24 hours later, the crypto markets are down to $2.6 trillion. So we've lost $100 billion in market cap over the past 48 hours. Prior to the announcement of the reserve, ETH bottomed at 2,173 on March 2nd, and it then rose as high as 2,550 before falling to now $2,000 just now. This means that ETH is now 8% below its pre-reserve announcement. So ETH has gone down below from when the announcement actually came out. Here's why it was even more of a retail bull trap. In the last week of February, crypto saw a record weekly outflow, and it wasn't even close. Crypto funds posted a record $2.6 billion of outflows for the week. This is $500 million above the previous record set in 2024. So we saw huge outflows from ETFs in the last week of February. And so it seems like this was that last little exit pump for retail. You know, so institutions pumped this like crazy on an illiquid Sunday, and only for them to dump on retail on Monday morning. So that's basically what they're saying there. Bitcoin is also bleeding lower. It now trades 3% below its pre-US reserve announcement levels. Over the last 12 hours, Bitcoin alone has erased $250 billion in market cap. So why is capital rotating out of crypto following one of the most bullish announcements ever? The real driver here is the global move towards the risk-off trade. As trade war tensions rise and economic policy uncertainty broadens, all risky assets are falling. This was seen in stocks, crypto, and oil prices, which all fell sharply today. Safe havens are thriving. So it's really not just crypto. It does suck that, crypto just got rinsed like crazy. But it's also the stock market, oil. A lot of things are, seeing risk off as the whole tariff wars and everything going on in the macroeconomics are kind of driving prices down. And the reality is that crypto is now viewed as a risky asset, probably the most risky. Take a look at the sharp divergence between gold and Bitcoin and their year-to-date performance. While gold prices are up 10%, Bitcoin is down 10% since January 1st. Crypto is no longer viewed as a safe haven play. So we can see here gold is up 10% on the year and Bitcoin is down 10% on the year. But I will say this is after we've had the past 2 years of it going up from $15,000 to $109,000. So some people, gold maxis will look at this chart and be like, "Ha, told you." But then you'll look at the chart compared the last couple of years and you'll see gold is still way underperforming Bitcoin. This was also seen in technology stocks, which were crushed by the risk-off trade today. In fact, Nvidia fell below its post-DeepSeek lows seen on February 3rd. This comes even as the company exceeded earnings expectations, posting a record quarterly revenue of $39.3 billion. So I was sharing this last week as well. Nvidia, which has broken that market structure on the high time frame. You can see here, we broke the market structure level right here when we started making lower highs. And so we broke this market structure. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we come down towards 93 at this high time frame level of support. I expect it to be kind of something like this, where we go like this, and then reclaim this level as, maybe the tariffs, tariff news starts to settle down. And so I imagine this is kind of the same as Bitcoin. So we see this huge level down here around 94. The level for Bitcoin is probably around $72,000 to $74,000. So essentially the same thing in terms of Nvidia as well as Bitcoin, where we have to have some kind of sell-off, reaccumulation at this level of support, and then we continue higher after everything's kind of been sold off and everyone's, no longer fearing what's happening in the macro. Today is also March 4th, and Trump announced that on March 4th today, Mexico and Canada are officially getting 25% tariffs starting today, and I believe China is at 20%. Initially, we thought there was going to be some kind of negotiation a month ago, and he said, we're going to negotiate. So everyone thought it was going to be lower, but it turns out actually, nope, it's still 25%. CoinEx is one of the best exchanges you haven't heard of. Like Gate.io or Mexi, they offer a lot of coins, but more importantly, they offer the high quality coins you want. CoinEx is a crypto-to-crypto centralized exchange, but they partner with firms like Simplex, Banksa, and MoonPay, free to move up to 60 different currencies to the exchange with an on-ramp. In fact, over 1,020 coins in over 1,500 different markets are available, so that's a lot of access. One of the best coins it offers is its own native set token. It's up 75% in the last 12 months, and that's including the brutal last 30 days we've had in the market. You can also earn some set tokens in CoinEx's current trading challenge, going on until March 6th. The set token has one of the most active burn programs of all exchanges and exchange tokens. It's also one of the reasons people like BNB as well. CoinEx has a unique strategy where they take 20% of the trading fee income they earn and buy back set tokens with it. They then burn that same amount of the token they bought. So they're burning a lot of tokens. All it takes is trading $50 worth to get started and to qualify. And if you're in the top 500 in trading volume between now and March 6th, you can earn up to 8,000 set tokens. So sign up for a new account at CoinEx and start trading with the link down below. But moving on to some coins that whales are actually buying, the first we have is Ondo Finance. So Ondo Finance has surpassed $1 billion in total value locked. This milestone is a testament to market-wide appetite for institutional grade composable tokenized US treasuries. Yet this is just the beginning. Tokenization represents a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity, and we're just getting started. Next up, $10 billion and beyond. And Not Telling says Trump confirmed a crypto strategic reserve, and his own crypto company, World Liberty Finance, holds Ondo. And Donald Trump Jr. and the other founders of World Liberty Finance spoke at the Ondo Summit. Ondo is also a US-based company. To me, it's confirmed that either Ondo will be included or Trump will tap Ondo to tokenize the entire stock market. We also have Spun on Chain saying a whale ditched all of its Pepe and Beam tokens at a $14 million loss for Ondo, shifting its bets. Over the past 17 hours, this whale sold a bunch of Pepe, taking a $6.9 million loss, minus 63%. After just 3 months, they sold all of their Beam for losing $7.13 million, negative 77% after nearly 3 months. And they spent $6.26 million DAI to buy 5.35 million Ondo, entering the token for the first time. And at the same time, Ondo just brought on the board of the former chair of the House Financial Services Committee. Meanwhile, Trump's talking about a crypto strategic reserve. See the bigger picture yet? Ondo is gearing up to thrive under pro-crypto administration, and let's not forget it's proudly built in the USA. March 7th, the White House Crypto Summit is going to be huge. And then we also have Rendoshi saying more USA-made coins could be announced at the White House Crypto Summit this week. Likely candidates are Render, the crypto czar is invested via MCC, many other connections to the admin, Ondo, which is held by World Liberty Finance, Trump Jr. was at the Ondo Summit, and Sui, which is also made in the USA. So a lot of these coins could be doing well coming later this week on March 7th, which is on Friday. And then we have Ali Charts, who says whales bought nearly 1 billion XRP in the last 24 hours, and this was today. So as the prices are falling, whales are accumulating a lot more XRP. And we also have Jack the Rippler saying, breaking, XRP has officially entered the mainstream media. We can see here now on CNBC, they're talking about Trump announcing the U.S. crypto reserve, as well as Bitcoin, Ripple, Ether, Solana, and Cardano. And also DecaBank is rolling out crypto trading and custody services for institutions built on Ripple custody. DecaBank is one of Germany's largest asset management firms, overseeing more than $360 billion in assets. And then another coin that whales are picking up is Cardano, which obviously these are the coins which are in the crypto strategic reserve. So after a sell-off, it's most likely that these coins are going to get picked up because they have the most potential upside. So Ali Charts also says the largest whales on the Cardano network have about 420 million ADA in the past 24 hours. Also, Cardano Feed says Midnight will launch this year and will provide block rewards to Cardano stake pool operators. They'll get 2 revenue streams, Night tokens, and ADA for making blocks and maintaining 2 ledgers. So that's bullish for Cardano. And also from Polymarket, the odds of a Cardano ADA ETF getting SEC approval in 2025 has jumped to 66%. The market is growing more confident in ADA joining the ETF club this year. I think it's probably in my eyes, I think it's probably higher than 66% now that, it was announced in the strategic reserve or, potentially. So I think this is actually higher than 66%. I think it's probably closer to 80 to 85% chance a Cardano ETF, in my own eyes, gets approved this year. Lastly, we have Funtico and Ludo crackdown on bots, launching their Tico rewards. So Web3 gaming has been overrun with bots, but Funtico and Ludo are putting their foot down. Through Ludo's cutting-edge system, only verified players with a strong reputation will receive rewards. The first 500 eligible participants will receive a Tico airdrop, ensuring a fair and community-driven experience. To celebrate this partnership, Ludo is giving away 100 Tico tokens to eligible users. These tokens are more than just digital assets, they are ticket to thrilling tournaments and massive rewards. Funtico is proving it's the real deal in Web3 gaming. Its $100,000 tournament, the start of a revolution, set a new standard for competitive gaming, featuring intense battles and jaw-dropping prizes. The top 50 competitors walked away with serious winnings. So that is the video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.